Orada, I'm out and about Saturday morning and I'm after a geocache. Another one. You never know. And it is way the other side of the castle there, but I'll speak to you in a minute. Well, I've been cutting the grass everywhere today, or the last few days I should say. Well, looks like it's freshly done today actually. Nice smell of grass. Yeah, geocache time. Another one towards Crud Y Gwynt, or Timau, or I always called it Timau, the reservoir. Did a little video getting up to Timau, or Crud Y Gwynt it's called now. Cradle of the Wind. Didn't know it changed its name, but anyway, keep going. I can't decide which way to go. So yeah, just coming up to bottom of town, Town's End. I was going to go up Park Street and past St David's and up into the Gwynt and past the Goblin Tower, which is haunted. Almost forgot to mention it. But I think I'll go the more direct route. I'm running a bit late today. I had a few things to do early this morning, so I'm running a bit late. So I'll go past the infirmary where I was born and high school, and cut through past Goblin Farm and Bondyffryn. It's a bit of a quicker route. So anyway, this is bottom of town. That's up Vale Street, and that's the way I'll be going, down that way past the infirmary and my old school, or one of my old schools, which I'll show you in a minute. So that white buildings there goes way back. That's Denbigh Infirmary, or they call it Community Hospital I think now. Anyway, that's where I was born there, and this was my third school here. First school was Gwynt, second school was the National in Lentonpool. My third school was here in Ruthin Road, which is the high school, and my fourth school, which is Middle Lane. Always someone when you wanted to pull in front of you. Yeah, so anyway, that's the infirmary, or just Denbigh Hospital, or Denbigh Community Hospital I think they call it now, but it goes way back there. And you can just see top of St David's there, and just to the left, just there, it's the Goblin Tower, which is haunted. I don't think I mentioned that. Right, get across this road. Yeah, it's on the old wreck here, which is the tennis club. That's where I used to play bowls there. And I used to have golf here. Little cut-in green and stuff. But that's the, I don't know what they call it now. Lower Park they call it now. When I was a kid, we used to call it the wreck. So anyway, that's the Ruthin Road High School. That was my third school. As I say, the first one was Gwynt, my very first school, when I was that high. Then I got to that high, it was the National. When I got to that high, it was here. And then I got to that high, it was the Middle Lane, and that's when I left school in 16. So anyway, this is Ruthin Road High School. I'll be going past the leisure centre. I'll be turning off. I'll be going past Goblin Farm and the cemetery. So we'll see you in a minute. Here, that tree there, that one there. When I come out of school, there's a little lad, and it's a conker tree, and he's chucking sticks up, trying to get conkers. And I says, I'll get conkers for you. So what I did, I climbed up the tree. I got to nearly the top of it, nearly the top of that tree. And I stood on a branch. I was there shaking and jigging. All the conkers were falling down. I was shouted down. He had enough conkers. It was all quiet. So I thought, he's bound to have enough conkers. So I climbed down. And the police were here. And there was conkers all over the road there from that tree. Bouncing out all over the road. And the traffic had stopped. And someone had called the police. And they stopped all the traffic. But I didn't know it was me. I sneaked down. So yeah, so that's where the stopped the traffic. Right, keep going. Okay, so you've got to turn off here. That's the leisure centre, by the way. There's the infamous conker tree. Yeah, the police were there and everything, and they just climbed down discreetly and sneaked off. Yeah, I blocked the road with conkers. So anyway, this is 4th Ustrad, which is Ustrad Road. It passes the Goblin Farm. Just approaching here, it's one of the old railway bridges, but if I zoom in, hopefully in the middle of the shot there, somewhere there, I can't see this screen, but there I think it is, there, well that's it there, it's the top of the Goblin Tower and part of the Denbigh town wall. So yeah, Goblin Tower, which is haunted by the way, just in case I haven't mentioned it. So yeah, that's the playing field, the Denbigh High School and the leisure centre and what have you, but this is one of the old railway bridges. The train used to come under here, under the bridge and straight down that way towards the station. It's Denbigh football ground in the distance there. So and there's the Gwynt, that's probably haunted as well. Can't quite see the castle from here, but anyway, keep going. This is going over what was the old railway line. As I say, one of the 5 bridges going this side, the Rithin or Rel side. It's 5 bridges and 2 bridges the other side of the station. There's the cemetery there. And there's Goblin Farm here. If you cut through there, you go up through what's called the lower fields. And you can go either way, you can go up to the Gwynt, or you can go back, cut through to Park Street and St David's Church. But I'm not going that way, I'm going that way. Be passing the cemetery, which I'll show you in a minute. That's Goblin Farm, by the way. It's busy today, I tell you. It's usually quiet, this back road, but anyway, it's Denbigh Cemetery. That's where the people, the patients of the North Wales Hospital, that's where they were buried. You can just see the top of the Tower of the Mental from here too. Give you a look, give you an idea of where I am. There, see it there, that's the top of the Tower of the Mental. Gives you a rough idea where I am. Not going anywhere near the Mental today. So yeah, that's where the memorial plaque is. There'll be unmarked graves and stuff like that there. But the patients that died in Mental, that's where they were buried. Right, keep going. That way goes down to Brookhouse and the salmon jumps. But I ain't going that way. I'm going that way. And that's Brondyffryn building there, and the actual swimming pools are around the back of it. There's a little swimming pool, a little toddler one, and then the big swimming pool had a slide and 3 boards we could jump off. I never jumped off the top board. I think I just about made the first board, but I tell you what, when you're knee high to a grasshopper, I'd be about 8 or 9. You stand on that top board and look down, and no way was I going to jump off that. But that's where we used to go, down the drive there. I'm not sure what a day's session was, but I had like a season ticket, and we'd be there in the winter. It'd be open, and you'd be that cold, your hands used to shake. And there was a little cabin where you could get some hot drinks. I'll tell you what, it's busy. And we used to get OXOs. You could get tea and coffee and stuff, but we used to get a little plastic cup of OXO. Pay whatever, 10p or whatever like that. And then you'd go back to where your towels and things were. And your hands would be like that, be shaking that much. By the time you got back to where you all your stuff was and things, your cup would be about that much in the cup. It'd be half empty. You'd be shaking like that. You spill it, and it used to spill all over your hands. But your hands were so cold you couldn't feel it, and you just poured it out of the kettle. But you'd be that cold, as I say, you couldn't hold the cup. Your hands would be like that. But we used to do it. Yeah, we used to get a full cup, and by the time we used to get back to, 20 yards to where our towels and things were, your cup would be half empty or half full, whichever way you want to look at it. But right, heading towards the Ystrad now, and then climbing up. So yeah, little Bronduff. Used to love it. And there was no toilets there. That's another thing. When you wanted to go for a wee, everyone used to go to the little pool and used to sit at the end where the deepest part. It wasn't very deep, probably about a foot deep. It was only for like the very small children, and everyone used to have a pee in it because there was no toilets, nothing like that. And then you'd go there towards, a few hours later, say, and you'd go to land, you'd look at the end of the little pool, we used to call it, and it'd be yellow and it'd be warm. It was like a heated swimming pool. But that's what we used to do. That's where everyone used to go for a whittle. Bloody hell, them dandelions there. It's a year for dandelions, look at that. Whew. Right, over the bridge and up the hill, and then probably about a mile away, something like that. What a day, it's a lovely day. This is the more direct route. Some walkers there. Anyway, keep going. Quite some heat in that sun. Right, just going over the old river bridge here. I could go that way, over there, but that means I got to be at the bottom of the one of the steepest roads in Denbigh, Ostrich Hill. But I'm not going that way. Going over the bridge and up that way, more direct route. So yeah, it's beautiful. That's another barn. We used to spend a lot of time when we were kids. It's still there. The old barn there. Used to be full of hay and stuff. You can just make out a bit of the castle there. Tops of the castle. Just where them hikers are going through the gate there. That's the castle. Castell Denbigh Castle. So yeah, this is the Ystrad. It's the Avon Ystrad, which is River Ystrad. So over the bridge and up the tops to Crud Y Gwynt, or Tŷ Mawr. I've always known it as Tŷ Mawr. It's a little reservoir hidden. You could walk past it and you could look down the field and you wouldn't see it. It's literally hidden. But apparently it's called Crud Y Gwynt now, which is Cradle of the Wind. Tŷ Mawr is big house, and Crud Y Gwynt is Cradle of the Wind. Right, keep going. Woodpecker. Actually see it. Normally you can hear them but not see them. So yeah, woodpecker. And apparently, if you hear a woodpecker but you can't see them, get a stone and tap it against a tree or something, and they'll answer it. Yeah, it's pecking away there. Beautiful day. Anyway, keep going. And I showed you earlier, and just the tops there, see some buildings ornamental. So that gives you a rough idea where I am on my geocaching adventure. And I don't know if I'm going to find this one. It may be a DNF. Did not find the last two logs. There's only about half a dozen I've searched and found it. The last two logs about a month ago, they've put DNF, did not find. So I may not find it. It may be there, it may be not. At least I've had a nice day out anyway. That's what it's all about, isn't it? So yeah, so I'll have a look for it anyway. But as I say, I'm not raising my hopes with the last two. saying DNF, did not find. Right, keep going. And down there, it's all the ostriches. First the Ostrich Farm, and you've got Ostrich House, Ostrich Stable Cottage number 1, Ostrich Stable Cottage number 2, Ostrich Farm Cottage, Ostrich Farmhouse, Ostrich Fechan, and Ostrich Farm. There's all the ostriches. Wow, what a day, it's beautiful. Warming up now. There's the North Wales countryside for you. Something we take for granted, don't we? Here comes a car. Camera record equals car. Back at the mental. So yeah, down there, past that white house there, that's the Ostrich Hill, which is, I think it's 15%. It's like that. It's one of the steepest roads. There are a lot of steep roads. I think that's got to beat them. Top of Park Street is pretty steep, but it's not as long as this one. So that's Ostrich Hill, but I ain't going that way. As I pointed out before, if I turned off and went past them cows and I would come to the bottom of the hill, but I'm at the top of the hill doing this. It's more direct route, just down there, but I'm going that way. And then I'll be turning off, and the actual cache is just on a track. It's like a bridleway. It's not on a road. So there'll be no muggles. The geocaching, non-geocachers, they're called muggles, by the way. But it'll be muggle free because you're a geocacher and you're searching, and if a non-geocacher was a muggle, they look at you and think, what the hell's he doing? You know, you look a bit suspicious. But this will be actually muggle free because it's on a bridleway, so it'll be nice and quiet. And then hopefully if I find the cache, if not, dawaith, as we say in Wales, I'll just keep going. I'll come to the reservoir then. Crud Y Gwynt, Cradle of the Wind. Where we go? There we go. 15%. So that's the. This is the top of Ostrich Hill, and that there, where that lady's going there, that takes you to Llanrhider, to the glen, through the glen and Llanrhider. But I ain't going that way. I'm going that way. Lambs are out. Spring lambs. Yeah, towards that road I just showed you there, towards the glen and Llanrhider. Turn off. You come to where the Bryn Morfydd was. I've been documenting as well. The mental is to document. It's a car. I tell you what, it's busy. It's not usually as busy as this. But yeah, I've been documenting the Bryn Morfydd, but they demolished it now. It's not there. But they're supposed to be building another big hotel and stuff there. But when I've been passing through Llanrhider and that, and you look up and you can see where the Bryn Morfydd was, but there's nothing going on. And that was a few years ago now. But probably about half a mile I'll be turning off, and then it will be quiet. Just to give you an idea where I am. Zoom in, and there's the mental. Some of the back buildings of the mental. So that gives you a rough idea where I am. Look at that, I thought there was a smell. Smells of the countryside. If you had smell-o-vision now, whew, it's quite strong that. So just around these bends here and up there, around the corner I'll be turning off then. And then it will be, probably be carless. Especially when I turn off for another car. Never seen this road so busy. Unbelievable. So when I turn off, especially when I go down the bridleway, you know. It's a busy old road this. Not usually busy as this. Right, just through them bends, like I say, and I'll be turning off then. Hopefully a cache, but you never know. Nice to see the... Hey, come to have a look. Come to say hello. What do you want? They probably think I got food. They probably think I got food for them. Anyway. Oh, here's it going. Another car? I've never seen this road so busy. Oh, I'll be glad when I turn it off. Another one. It's like being back of the mental, this. Right, turn off. About a quarter of a mile I'll be turning off. God, they're loud. And sheep. I bet they thought I got something for them. Right, I've turned off. That road. Busy today. Not usually as busy as that, but what's this now? They're following me. I'll tell you what. I said it's going to be quiet. Perhaps not. When I get to the bridleway, then it'll be quiet. It's just like being back at the mental, this. Camera record equals car. Anyway, I'm about a quarter of a mile before I turn off this road now. Bit of peace and quiet then, hopefully. See how narrow these country lanes are. They're only width of one car. Very narrow. But usually very quiet. Not today. Well, that bottom road wasn't anyway. I'll be turning off soon. Probably a few hundred yards I'll be turning off. Bit of peace and quiet. Just there anyway. No cars. Car free zone. Right, turning off. Is that a car coming? Right, that heads towards Llanrydder. You see the bridleway. So this will be car free. With my luck, probably be horses everywhere. Just through that gate. And I'm probably about a couple hundred yards away, I think. Peace and quiet. So I don't know if I will need my GPS unit. I've got a rough idea. I've looked on the map. A rabbit there. Looked on the map and it's, the clue is a big tree on the corner. So well, there's a lot of big trees there. Don't think I'm anywhere near it just yet. I think I may get my GPS unit out just to double check I'm at the right spot. And as I said, if I find it, okay, it's another notch. That'll be my 110th. There's a big tree here now, I think. I'm not far off. Oh, there is a sort of a bend on the map. There's a big tree there. There's a big tree there. So I'll get my GPS unit out just to make sure I'm in the right space, in the right spec. But as I say, the last two logs with DNFs did not find, so it may not be there. So if I don't find it, Denbigh, I'll just carry on to the reservoir and just show you that, and then that'll be it then. So I'll get my GPS unit out and I'll get back to you. Well, found the tree, and I had a pretty decent search, but no sign of it. As I was saying earlier, the last two logs, they've logged it as a DNF, did not find. So I don't think it's there. Something's happened to it. So anyway, carry on going now. And I'll come to the reservoir. Crud Y Gwynt. Oh, wow. Quite boggy here. So yeah, DNF. Did not find. Nice views from up here anyway. Looking back to the Crud Y mountain range and the Vale of Clwyd. But yeah, had a pretty decent search today. I wasn't raising my hopes with the last 2 geocaches, couldn't find anything, so the cache owner will probably be notified if they get a lot of did not finds. They'll get sent a message. I had 2, I got Moyler Park penny and the Goblin Tower that was found the other day, and I got one in towards Llanrhider there. Coed Mawr, some nice views across to the Clwydins there. And the cinder track, the haunted cinder track. So I disabled the Moyler Park one and the cinder track because something's happened to them. Like I say, if you get a lot of did not finds, you get notified something's happened to them. Which they do, they go missing and weather, people come across them and say, what's this? And just chuck it or take it home or what have you. But anyway, I'll keep going to the reservoir. The hidden reservoir. Crud Y Gwynt. That pheasant hiding in the excellent camouflage. Oh, another rabbit. There's a lot of wildlife around here. Right, keep going. Not far off Crud Y Gwynt, which was Tŷ Mawr. Rabbit. There it is. Crud Y Gwynt. Very still today. That's because there's no wind at all. That's it. Formerly Tŷ Mawr. I used to always call it Tŷ Mawr. I never knew. It's in the other week that it would change its name to Crud Y Gwynt. Cradle of the Wind. Okay, so that's it. Heading my way back to the main road now. Okay, another geocaching adventure. Oh yeah, okay. I did not find it. It was a DNF, but I'm thinking that it's not there. It's, you know, with the last 2 loggers saying they couldn't find it, so I don't think it was there. But anyway, at least I've had a nice morning out. So as always, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for joining me on my another adventure, and I'll see you again.